Today on Xenodilodine. Delicious. How much electrical abuse did it take to kill an iPhone? Well, in this video, I'll be shocking an iPhone 4 and iPhone 5 with 180,000 volts of static electricity.
And hello, right back to you, test subject number 1, the iPhone 4. As you can see, an error is generated almost immediately and the screen dims out as the electricity hits it. What's delivering this much power? I'm using the 12-volt rail from an ATX power supply and this homemade benchtop supply to power the TL494 driver here. There are two adjustable potentiometers on the front, the left one for frequency and the right one for duty cycle. These power wires connect up to a flyback transformer. Its ratio is 1 to just a little over 1,000, which turns 12 volts into about 15,000 volts. This gets delivered to a Cockcroft Watson Multiplier. This one here is a 9-stage composed of 20 kV diodes and capacitors. It's a positive multiplier, so this red wire is where the positive output leads, and this white wire here is the ground. Back to our test subjects. The outside of the iPhone acts like a Faraday cage, which is either a solid conducting material or mesh that surrounds an object preventing electrostatic shock or electromagnetic interference from harming the device. The screen was not effective against electrostatic discharge, as this was the last time the phone powered up. I have an orange can for positive and a grounded can for negative, which is green. When electricity is applied to the orange can, it will become positively charged. Differential charges attract and try to balance out. Say hello to surprisingly resilient test subject number 2, the iPhone 5. You might notice the screen get black and dark and start to flicker as voltage is applied to the area. That's because the LCD's polarization is being changed by the electricity. More on that and demonstrations on a larger LCD later on in the video. The iPhone 5 was seriously taking some electrical punishment. It didn't seem like this was working, so what's next? Maybe the bottom? But first, here we have two orange cans representing two positive cans. When charged to a high voltage, they will repel against one another, as like charges do. Time for some port side action. If you couldn't guess by now, that didn't kill it, so let's try the tactic that killed the iPhone 4. After all that, it still works, so I put a piece of metal on top to conduct more electricity to the screen.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This was a little shocking to see on screen. I know some of you might see it too, but you'd think after this the iPhone was pretty much dead. Well, let's see and find out.
Oh, that's great. Oh man.
So far the only effect was to the screen. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bit darker in the center each time. Why is this happening? Well, here I have a laptop screen, and on the bottom it's grounded to the heatsink. When the multiplier is turned on, high-speed ions fly off the positive wire and hit the LCD. This causes electricity to flow through the screen. Here we have a middle block to try to help that effect. Let's see what happens. That's not the cookie on that one.
What?
What you just saw happening on the iPhone 5 was the result of the electricity punching through the top layers of the LCD. After the initial puncture of voltage, the voltage is allowed to eat away on the metallized conductive layer on the LCD. This metallized layer contains all the pathways that carry electricity to the pixels. This iPhone 5's motherboard is technically still working, so let's put it through some more testing. After all that, the iPhone still works, so let's show no mercy. I pulled the screen off to expose the insides. No, it's not dead yet, but it's about to be. To finally kill the iPhone 5 with electricity, I had to tear the screen off and remove the electromagnetic shielding over the CPU. After that, it was a direct shock on the CPU that killed the iPhone, which is actually really impressive. The unexpected result, the iPhone 5 becomes a work of art. Here I'm using one of my plasma pens to activate the LCD fluid that's on the metallized layer of the LCD matrix. If you want your own, check out Join the Technicians for a tutorial. And here another small clip of how high voltage can be used to make wind. More on that in later videos. Like and subscribe and comment your thoughts. Also check out Join the Technicians for more incredible tutorials and crazy science fun.